watching Bedtime Stories.
Hello and welcome to Magic Bedtime Stories. I'm Tobias, coming to you from our cozy studio in Gothenburg, Sweden.
And I'm Niklas, Tobias's brother. We're so happy to have you join us for another magical evening of stories and fun facts.
Hello everyone. I'm Aida, the AI robot who helps these two brothers create magical stories for children all around the world. And guess what? Today I've been working on something really exciting.
Oh, what's that, Ada?
Well, I've been trying to build a time machine. I thought it would be fun to travel back and see some dinosaurs, or maybe visit ancient Egypt.
A time machine? That sounds amazing. How's it going?
Not so great, actually. I made a tiny mistake with the settings. Instead of sending me back to the year 1523, I accidentally set it for today.
So, it seems to work. You are here now.
Well, not exactly. The machine made some funny noises, sparked a bit, and then just sat there. But I did get a mysterious message on my screen that said, "Chewing gum will save the world." Very strange.
Chewing gum will save the world? That's quite the prediction.
I know. And speaking of chewing gum, that's actually our fact topic for today. Let me print out some interesting facts about chewing gum for you.
Perfect timing. I was actually chewing some bubble gum earlier today. Did you know I can blow bubbles the size of my fist?
Really? I've never seen you do that.
Well, that's because the bubbles usually pop and stick all over my face before anyone can see them properly.
That's very common with bubble gum, and you'll learn more about that in today's facts. Are you ready? Here are some fascinating facts about chewing gum.
Chewing gum is a stretchy, chewy candy that you don't swallow. People chew it for fun or for the sweet flavors like mint or fruit and to blow bubbles. It's like having a safe, flavored rubber that you can chew and enjoy.
People have been chewing things like gum for thousands of years. Ancient Greeks chewed sap from trees for a chewy treat, and Mayan people chewed chicle, which is tree sap that is a lot like modern gum. The idea of gum has been around a long time.
The first bubble gum was invented in 1928 by a man named Walter Deemer. It was pink because pink was the only food color he had at the time. That's why, even today, many bubble gums are pink. His gum was stretchier and less sticky, perfect for blowing bubbles.
Some people can blow gigantic bubbles with bubble gum. The world record bubble was larger than a basketball. But be careful, if a bubble pops on your face, it can get gum all over your nose. It's all part of the bubblegum fun and mess.
There's a myth that swallowed gum stays in your stomach for 7 years, but that's not true. If you accidentally swallow gum, it usually passes through your body just like other food. Your tummy can't digest gum, but it won't stick around for years.
Thank you, Ida. Those were some really interesting facts about chewing gum. I had no idea people have been chewing gum-like substances for thousands of years.
Yes, and I'm definitely going to be more careful about blowing huge bubbles now. I don't want to break any world records for the messiest face.
Speaking of breaking records, we have a special wish from a listener tonight. The wish comes from Atz Lee, from Mikado, Michigan in the United States.
Mikado, Michigan? That's a small town in the northern United States. Did you know that Michigan is surrounded by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes? These lakes are so big they look like oceans.
That's amazing. Now let's listen to what Atz Lee has to say.
It was recording.
Hi, my name is Atz Lee, and I'm 8 years old. I'm from Mikado, Michigan. I'd like to hear a story about 3 birds that have superpower. One bird is an eagle and he has super strength. Other one is a pelican that has a really strong bite, and then the one that is a hummingbird that is super fast, and they're a evil doctor that want to make the moon crash into the planet. Thanks, bye.
Thank you, Atz Lee. What a fantastic story idea about 3 birds with superpowers fighting against an evil doctor who wants to crash the moon into Earth.
I love it. An eagle with super strength, a pelican with a powerful bite, and a super fast hummingbird. They sound like real superheroes.
They certainly do. And what a creative villain as well. I think this will make for an excellent bedtime story. I'm already getting ideas about how these 3 birds might work together to save the planet.
I can't wait to read it. Ida, would you please write this story for us?
Of course. Give me just a moment to create an exciting adventure for our feathered heroes. Here comes the story.
Thank you, Ida. Now, children, get comfortable in your beds, because Niklas is about to read tonight's magical bedtime story. We hope you enjoy the Super Feathered Heroes.
In the peaceful town of Avianville, nestled between rolling hills and sparkling streams, 3 extraordinary birds lived among ordinary feathered friends. These weren't just any birds. They possessed remarkable powers that made them special throughout the bird kingdom. Eagle Eye, a majestic golden eagle with gleaming feathers that shimmered in the sunlight, had incredible super strength. He could lift boulders 10 times his size and fly while carrying a full-grown tree. Despite his tremendous power, Eagle Eye was gentle and kind, often using his strength to help rebuild nests after storms. Then there was Captain Beak, a blue-crested pelican with a uniquely powerful bite. His massive bill could snap through the toughest materials, and when he closed it with full force, it created a sound like thunder. The fish in Avianville Lake respected Captain Beak, not just for his mighty bite, but for his fairness in never taking more fish than he needed. The third member of this feathered trio was Zoom, a tiny ruby-throated hummingbird who moved faster than the eye could see. When Zoom flew at full speed, she appeared as nothing more than a colorful blur zipping through the air. She could circle the tallest mountain in mere seconds and was known for delivering urgent messages throughout the forest. The 3 birds had formed a friendship during a terrible storm years ago when they combined their powers to save a family of rabbits from a falling tree. Since then, they occasionally met at Sunrise Rock to share stories and enjoy the peaceful life of Avianville. But peace wasn't destined to last forever. Far away, in a laboratory built into the side of a dormant volcano, Dr. Graviton worked on his most diabolical plan yet. A tall, thin human with wild grey hair and thick glasses, Dr. Graviton had grown tired of being ignored by the scientific community. "They laughed at my moon-shifting theories," he muttered as he adjusted dials on an enormous machine that hummed ominously. "But soon they'll see. My lunar magnet will pull the moon closer to Earth, and everyone will recognize my genius." What Dr. Graviton didn't realize was that his calculations were terribly wrong. His machine wouldn't just bring the moon a little closer, it would pull it completely out of orbit and send it crashing into Earth. The first sign of trouble came one evening when Zoom noticed something strange while practicing her speed flights high above the clouds. The moon, which should have been a small white circle in the sky, appeared unusually large. Concerned, Zoom raced to find her friends. She located Eagle Eye helping a family of squirrels repair their home, and Captain Beak teaching young pelicans how to fish. "Something's wrong with the moon," Zoom explained breathlessly. "It's growing bigger each night. That's not supposed to happen." The three birds flew to Wise Owl, the oldest resident of Avianville, who confirmed their fears after peering through his telescope. "This is most concerning," Wise Owl hooted gravely. "Someone or something is pulling the moon toward Earth. If it continues, the consequences will be catastrophic." That night, as the unusually large moon cast eerie shadows across the land, the three birds gathered at Sunrise Rock to form a plan. "We need to find what's causing this and stop it," Eagle Eye declared. "But where do we even start looking?" Captain Beak thoughtfully ran a feather along his enormous bill. "I overheard some migrating seagulls mention strange lights coming from Ember Mountain. Maybe we should investigate there." "I can scout ahead," Zoom volunteered, already vibrating with excitement. "I'll be there and back before you can flap your wings twice." True to her word, Zoom returned moments later, her tiny feathers ruffled with concern. "There's a laboratory built into the mountain. I saw a human working on a massive machine pointing at the sky, with the moon displayed on screens all around." The birds wasted no time. Eagle Eye carried Captain Beak while Zoom darted ahead, leading the way to Dr. Graviton's secret laboratory. When they arrived, they peered through a skylight and saw the scientist dancing around his machine, which was growing louder and more powerful by the minute. "My lunar magnet is working perfectly fine," Dr. Graviton cackled. "Just 3 more hours, and the moon will be close enough to trigger the final phase." The birds huddled together outside to make their plan. "We need to disable that machine," Eagle Eye said firmly. "Zoom, you're small enough to slip inside through the ventilation system. See if you can find the power source." "Captain Beak, your powerful bite could break important components," he continued. "And I'll create a distraction if needed." Their plan in motion, Zoom zipped through narrow air ducts until she found the main power cables feeding the lunar magnet. Meanwhile, Captain Beak positioned himself near vital machinery, ready to strike. Just as Zoom signaled she'd found the power source, an alarm blared throughout the laboratory. Dr. Graviton had spotted Eagle Eye circling outside. "Intruders!" the scientist shouted, rushing to a control panel. "No one will stop my moment of triumph." As Dr. Graviton pressed buttons to activate security measures, Zoom made her move. Flying at incredible speed, she severed key wires connecting the power supply. Simultaneously, Captain Beak burst through a window and with one mighty snap of his bill, cracked the main control module. The lunar magnet sputtered and sparked, but didn't shut down completely. "You meddling birds," Dr. Graviton yelled, grabbing a net. "You're too late anyway. The moon's momentum is already set." That's when Eagle Eye made his grand entrance, crashing through the skylight with such force that the entire laboratory shook. With his tremendous strength, he grasped the central column of the machine and pulled with all his might. Metal groaned and bolts popped as the lunar magnet tilted, then tore free from its foundation. With one final heroic effort, Eagle Eye hurled the machine's core into the wall, where it exploded in a shower of harmless sparks. Dr. Graviton collapsed into his chair, defeated. My life's work, ruined by birds. In the days that followed, the moon gradually returned to its proper orbit. the birds were celebrated throughout Evianville, though most creatures never fully understood how close they had come to disaster. Eagle Eye, Captain Beak, and Zoom continued their friendship, always ready to use their extraordinary powers whenever needed. And sometimes, when they gathered at Sunrise Rock to watch the perfectly positioned moon rise over their peaceful home, they would share a knowing look, a reminder that even the smallest creatures can achieve remarkable things when they work together.
What an incredible adventure. Thank you, Ada, for that exciting story about Eagle Mighty, Pelican Chomp, and Zip the hummingbird.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think Atz Lee's idea about 3 birds with different superpowers working together was brilliant.
Absolutely. I loved how they each used their unique abilities to save the Earth from Dr. Mooncrash's evil plan. Teamwork really does make the dream work.
And that reminds me a bit of our fact about chewing gum today. Just like the 3 birds, different ingredients come together to create something special.
That's a lovely way to look at it. And remember, children, whether you're building a time machine, saving the world, or just enjoying a piece of gum, it's always more fun when you work together.
That's right. And now it's time to say goodnight. We'll be back with another magical story soon.
Sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite.
And may your dreams be as superpowered as our feathered friends tonight. Sweet dreams, everyone.